Welcome. Let us see, as per the Science Journal, which are the top 20 scientists of America. Number 20, John Harvey Kellogg, 1852 to 1943, the man who invented the cornflakes. John Harvey Kellogg was born in 1852 in Tyrone, Michigan. He studied the medicine at University of Michigan and Bellevue Hospital Medical College. Kellogg is one of the famous American scientists for inventing cornflakes, a breakfast cereal that became the popular in the United States and abroad. Number 19. Lynn Margulis, 1938 to 2011, the lady who challenged the Darwinism. Lynn Margulis, born in Chicago, was an evolutionary biologist who studied at the University of Wisconsin, then earned her PhD from the University of California. Her most well-known contribution, science, is her endosymbiotic theory. This theory states that mitochondria were originally free-living bacteria that engulfed other cells and become part of their genome. This resulted in mitochondria becoming organelles found in all living cells. Number 18, Ronald McNair, the young South Carolinian boy who became a NASA astronaut. It is hard to imagine what it must have been to be like black in the 1960s and 1970s, particularly if you are born in South. You know how it was. Jim Crow laws. He became the NASA scientist in that. After working on the laser technology, development of satellites, communication, McNair joined the NASA as a mission specialist at NASA. Was also one of only two black astronauts to go in the space. Number 17, Carl Sagan, 1934 to 1996, the man who brought US the US. Carl Sagan was a planetary scientist born in Brooklyn in 1934 and studied the physics at the University of Chicago. He is known for popularizing the science through his books, TV shows in the 1970s. His ideas about the extraterrestrial life and science behind them were revolutionary at that time. Number 16, Grace Murray Hoffer, the lady who rose to be a computer scientist and military leader. What makes Gary Hoffer famous? Grace Hoffer was a computer scientist who served the US Navy Rear Admiral. She was born in 1906 in New York City and graduated with a master's degree from Yale University. Hoffer joined the US Navy in 1948. She became involved in the programming computers during the World War II. She programmed the Mark I computer used during this period and helped create a link editor so the people could work on multiple computers simultaneously. Number 15, Jonas Salk, the scientist who conquered the polio. Jonas Salk was born in New York City. He studied the chemistry and later medicine at New York University. In 1952, Jonas confirmed an important piece of the information about the polio that could be prevented by vaccination with inactivated virus vaccine. This discovery led to the development of what became known as SARS vaccine, one of the first polio virus vaccines ever developed. Number 14, William B. Shockley Jr., the man who contributed to the invention of the transistor. William Shockley was born in 1910 in London to American parents. They were returned to America after his birth. He grew up in California. He studied undergrad studies in the Caltech before proceeding to the Massachusetts University of Technology on PhD in the 1936. He worked in the lab on the semiconductors led to the creation of the first transistor. This invention would eventually win them Nobel Prize in the physics in 1956. Number 13, Jean Bartik, the lady who programmed one of the first computers. Jean Bartik was a mathematician and computer programmer born in 1924 in Allenthus Grove, Missouri. She studied the mathematics at Northern Missouri State University and University of Pennsylvania, earning her master's degree in 1967. She was one of the 6 women group working on the ENIAC, a massive engineering project that would eventually become one of the most important computers. Number 12. Steve Gary Wozniak, the father of personal computer revolution. Steve Wozniak is the brain behind the Apple. When you think Apple, you think of iPhone, iPad, and maybe even iPod. But what most people don't know is the Steve Wozniak is responsible for all those things and more. He was born in San Jose, California. His career as an engineer programmer has made him one of the most important figures in the personal computer revolution. Number 11. Jennifer Doudna, the curious child who became an award-winning scientist. Jennifer is a biochemist known for her contributions to the molecular biology. She holds an MA and PhD from Harvard University. Her research focuses on using the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology to improve the crop yields while addressing the food security issues worldwide. Number 10. Claude Shannon, pioneer of artificial intelligence, born in 1916 till 2001. Born in Petoskey, Michigan, Claude Shannon was a master of mathematician and engineering who contributed to development of digital computing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. He is best known for his master's thesis, which laid the foundation for digital computing by describing how the digital computer could process information using random bits. He also helped develop AI and machine learning at a time when these subjects were still new. Shannon constructed a robotic mouse in 1950, the first ever made for research purposes. Number 9. Thomas Alva Edison, one of the America's greatest inventors for the bulb and many other things. Edison was born in 1847 in Ohio to Samuel and Nancy Elliott. As a boy, he studied the arithmetic under the guidance of his mother, a school teacher. Edison would later enroll in a chemistry course, the only course he took from an institution of higher learning. In 1869, Edison patented his first invention, a wood register and a recorder. He went on to create a device that made it possible for people to communicate over a long distance and great. Thomas Alva Edison was the man behind the history's most groundbreaking invention, the light bulb. His work on the light bulb and the motion picture cameras was later adopted by other inventors. Number 8. Lewis Howard Latimer, the man who invented the electric lamps. Born in Chelsea, 1848, Massachusetts, Lewis Latimer rose to an inventor who contributed to the development of the telephone and Edison's light bulbs. Number 7. Benjamin Franklin, U.S. founding father who changed the science. Franklin is famous for being one of the most important figures who contributed to the formation of our nation, but as a scientist, his creativity was game-changing. His more notable inventions include the lightning rod, the Franklin stove. Number 6. Norman Borlaug, the father of the Green Revolution who saved millions from starvation. What makes Norman Borlaug famous? If you are looking the kind of the person who is not only generous but also heroic and inspiring, look no further than Norman Borlaug. In his career, Borlaug helped pioneer what came to be known as the Green Revolution, the movement involved in the series of the actions by the national governments and international organizations designed to improve production levels for grains crops such as wheat and rice. Number 5. Vera Rubin, 1928 to 2016. the astronomer who discovered the first evidence of the dark matter. Born in Philadelphia in 1928 and studied the astronomy at Vassar College, she began her career as an instructor at Montgomery College. Rubin went on to be an assistant professor at Georgetown University. Rubin would later become the first woman to be the Palmer's telescope. At the time, many didn't think the woman belonged to an astronomy. Number 4. John Forbes Nash Jr., the mathematician with a beautiful mind. Nash was awarded the Nobel Prize for the Economics in the 1994 for his contribution to game theory. He is best known for his Nash equilibria theory, which he first formulated in 1950. The theory has been widely used in economics, game theory, and other fields such as finance and philosophy. He was involved in the areas of the mathematics such as partial differential equations, number theory, and graph theory. Number 3. J. Robert Oppenheimer, 1904 to 1967, the father of the atomic bomb. If you are not familiar with the J. Robert Oppenheimer, it may be because he is not the household name, but he is the one of the most important people in the modern history, not just because he helped to develop the atomic bomb, but that ended the World War II. Oppenheimer was born in 1904 in New York City and received his education from the several institutions, including Harvard College and Cambridge University. He would lead the team of the scientists who designed the nuclear bomb used in the World War II. Although he was a member of the President Truman's Atomic Energy Commission, he criticized development of the thermonuclear weapon. Afterward, he became the key figure in the President Dwight Eisenhower's Atoms for Peace program. Number 2. Richard Feynman, the little Jewish boy who became the Nobel laureate. Richard Feynman was a man who stood at the intersection of the two worlds. He was born in the New York City in the 1918 to Jewish parents. Feynman studied at the MIT. He went on to earn his PhD in Princeton in 1942. This theoretical physicist served at the US lab under the brilliant genius J. Robert Oppenheimer at the Manhattan Project during the World War II. He helped to construct the atomic bomb that was used to stop the war. Number 1. Linus Pauling, 1901 to 1994, a pioneering scientist who defied the odds to win the 2 Nobel Prizes. Born in Portland, Oregon, he became one of the most influential American scientists in history. His work helped revolutionize our understanding of the chemical bond and its properties, leading to a host of breakthroughs in medicine and science. He played a big part in the creation of the synthetic plasma, which now used in many modern technologies. His research on the proteins would prove life-changing. He found evidence that abnormal hemoglobin was the cause of sickle cell anemia. This discovery opened the door for more research for the molecular genetics. So friends, these were the 20 top American scientists in this century, we can say. Let's put the hands together for all the amazing work done by these top 20 scientists. But do you think, is there somebody name missing in this top 20 scientist name? Who is yours?